Hi, this is Bigsam Beats. Welcome to my page again. It's been a while, and even though I'm not really back from my break, but this particular function in Cubase so special that I want to talk about, so that if you're a sound engineer there or a mixing engineer there and you're a fan of using Cubase, you know that Cubase always got your back, saving us from a lot of stress. You know, this thing that I'm going to talk about, if you're a mixing engineer, you can relate to it. You work on a song, you mix a song, and after reviewing, you realize you need to go back to do a little touches or changes in the mix. But you still don't want to lose the feeling or the other mix that you did or the initial mix that you did. You don't want to lose it. You know, so most of the times you create a new project and do your mix again or the remix of the same particular song or project. With this function in Cubase, it's going to save you that stress from creating a whole new project for the same song or mix. So you just need to find this particular icon here, this camera-like icon, you know. So save Mixconsole Snapshot. So let's listen to this particular mix. And even though there's nothing too much about this mix that I'm going to change, but for the purpose of this video, let's listen to it and let me do a bit of changes in it and then show you how this function will save me the time and the stress of creating new projects, because I want to do touches or do a little changes in the mix. You understand? So let's listen to it. So after listening to the song, I realized the guitar that is playing the solo is a bit low. So I want to get it up a bit. That is the only thing I want to do right now. But I don't want to lose this mix. I don't want to lose this particular feeling. So what do? I go to the snapshot. Okay, so let me delete the one I did here. So I go to this camera-like icon, the snapshot, Mixconsole Snapshot, and then right click on it. Now saved. So this particular mix has been saved. So you can see from here, snapshot 1, and the time that I saved is also there. And I can also have a note about this mix, write anything at all. Maybe something special about this mix, I can just write it down here. You understand? Now let me do the changes that I want to do, which is also increasing the velocity of the guitar that is playing the solo. So this is the guitar that is playing the solo. Yes. So you can see the velocity of that guitar, particular guitar, has been increased. Now I can go back to this snapshot, Mixconsole Snapshot, and save this particular mix as well. So right click on it, and it has been saved as snapshot 2. So now, after reviewing again, and I think no, the first mix is cool. I have to keep it like that. I don't have to come back and think about which velocity that it initially was, or how the volume of that particular guitar was before I change. I save myself from all those stress, and also creating a new project before making these particular changes and stuff. I just go back to this snapshots function, just beside it, right click on it. Now I have snapshot 1 and snapshot 2. So the snapshot 1 is the initial mix that I think I have to keep it like that. I have to keep the whole mix like the initial mix I did. Cubase asked me, recall snapshot 1. Immediately I record the snapshot 1. Everything that I did initially will come back. I will have everything coming back to normal, the way I did it. So now the velocity of this guitar has come back to initial, the way it was. This particular function in Cubase will save a lot of time. You know, you don't need to create a new project to do a remix. You can do the mix in the same project but save them. So you can create a lot of snapshots for this particular mix. If I want to change the drums or the velocity of the drums, if I want to do anything to the drums or the keyboards or the vocals, I can do it and save that one as a separate snapshot, so that anytime I want to go back to the initial mix of the project, I just go to the snapshots function and then recall that particular mix that I really want to, or I want to go back to. You understand? This is fantastic. And if you want to update it, like this particular one, I can still do some changes and then think, okay, let me just keep it at snapshot 2, so I can update the same snapshots. Or if I want to delete it, I can also delete it. So this particular function in Cubase, it is a big deal for every sound engineer or mixing engineer using Cubase. You know, as I said, most of the time, if you want to mix again and don't want to lose the first mix, you create a new project for it. But in this case, you are not going to create any new project. You just use the snapshot function to save your mixes. Any change that you do in the mix and you want to save it separately from, or you want to have that particular mix separate from the initial mix that you did, you just use the snapshot function to save that particular mix. So anytime you want to go back to the initial mix, you just recall that particular mix that you want to go back to. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. The name of this particular function is snapshot, Mixconsole Snapshot function in Cubase. Just look at your left corner up there and then you'll find it. This camera like icon. Yeah, that is it. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out.